Hey, it's Mr. X Irish, and today we're going to be talking about a mod that I use for Napoleon Total War. If you're looking for something to improve historical accuracy, or you're just looking for something new after playing the game for a while, I think this mod will really be high interest for you. So first, you got to open an internet browser, and in the URL box type in twcenter.net/forums. And once you get here, it's a whole forums dedicated to all the Total Wars. So it's kind of a cool place in case looking for somewhere for more information. But we're going to go all the way down to, or I should say, right there to Napoleon, under Napoleon Total War, to hosted modifications. You're then going to scroll down to Montee de l'Empire. There's a lot of mods here you can use, but today we're going to be talking about this one. After clicking that, you're going to scroll down to download and installation. Now this is going to be a starting point for a place to find new features it offers, a guide of how to do it, and an installation guide. The installation guide is very good. I had no problems or I had no confusion when I was installing the mod. There really shouldn't have too many questions unless there's something wrong that happens. So once you get here, then you'll be able to download it'll give you the links to download the files needed for the mod and to install it. Now once you install it, you'll have a launch pad kind of, so you're going to run that. It's going to disable Montee de l'Empire. Now it's really cool. It automatically opens Steam, and it gives you a bunch of options to choose from when you start the game. It gives you every campaign. They actually added a campaign called the Revolutionary Campaign, which is from like 1792 to 1796, or 1796 actually I think, but it had to do with Napoleon is in his early reigns as general, and defending off the other monarchies when France is still just a republic. So everything from the Revolutionary Campaign to the 1815 campaign, it also lets you restore vanilla files and custom edit the script if that's what you like. And it gives you a bunch of options over here having to do with different troops, different smoke mods, sound mods, army mods, so a lot of stuff. So for this one, we're just going to click these. This is what I usually do with a Sulfur and X Factor, and for this one we're just going to do the 1805 campaign. Now once you finish loading Napoleon Total War, you'll be greeted with the main menu. It looks the same as always, except the background is different for every campaign. It's another nice feature. You'll simply click single player, and there will be a custom-made Montee de l'Empire button for whatever campaign you chose. So for this one we chose 1805. Now another cool feature is it lets you play as many nations. You have the main nations: France, Russian Empire, or Austrian Empire, Russian Empire, United Kingdom, and the Ottomans. But you also have many countries that you never would have been able to play as, like Mecklenburg or Oldenburg, the Bad-Fist Republic, the Swiss, the Kingdom of Italy, Kingdom of Sardinia. So really kind of improves your ability to play as many nations and adds a new challenge to starting as a very small nation and becoming an empire instead of already starting as a mass empire. So for this one, we're just going to start as the French Empire, because the Montee de l'Empire really does help increase the gameplay of the French. It adds a lot of cool features that I'll show you in a little bit. So for today, we're going to start as Empire Francais. Now once the game map appears, that doesn't look all that different, but they took off the borders, which I like. It kind of gives you a better idea of a European continent instead of just separated nations. There is also some added missions, which is kind of cool. The storming of Berlin, fall of Austria, liberation of Croatia, liberation of Warsaw. So that every different empire and nation has its own custom-made objectives and missions that you can try. So that's that's cool as well. The government page isn't all that different. One thing that you'll notice throughout everything is all generals and ministers. Their avatars are more realistic, and they're like paintings from the era. They're no longer just those computer-generated images that came with the default Napoleon Total War. They're all actual paintings that kind of give you a better idea of what people looked like from that period. You'll also see that on the generals page. It's just kind of better avatars for the game. That kind of just gives you a better idea of what the people were like from that era. There isn't really any difference in diplomatic relations. One major thing is that you're now punished for breaking alliances more so. Before you could just have a long-standing alliance and declare war, and there'd be a small punishment, but not too big. But now there's almost sometimes a 200-point negative punishment for breaking off that long-standing alliance or backstabbing an ally. You still have the ability to change from a monarchy to a republic to a constitutional monarchy. The technology page, there's a lot of new technologies that are available. Some of them you can't really see too well right now because I don't have the available to research them. But you can just tell that there are many more little blocks of different technologies. Anything from now unifying the nation's religion to just a lot of different effects of improving your army, improving your navy, improving your industry. And all of them, I'm pretty sure, have some significance in that actual time era and just weren't included in the default Napoleon Tool War, so that's another cool thing. Now, troops. There are over like 100 new units you can now recruit. One con of the game is sometimes it is kind of hard to, maybe not right now because we have a very simple, but once you get like an Army Staff College, which is the top barracks you can have, this entire page will just be full, and it'll be kind of hard to sift through the different troops you want to choose, but it's manageable, so that's not too big of a thing. And I'll kind of show you here. Once you have a full college, these are all the troops that you have the ability to now recruit. And anything from Polish soldiers to Irish soldiers. There's a lot of new troops that you can recruit, and it's really an added effect. And also, there's an option to click on the launcher winter uniforms. So if you're ever playing in the winter, you can just click that option, and now your troops will have winter uniforms. And I really like that. It's only available for the French, so that's kind of another con, I guess. But if you're into the French, you'll really like that. Also, a effect I like is this helps when you're playing as a small nation. Whenever you conquer a region, like the French region, or Spain, or Austria, or German, or Russia, there are custom troops that are available in that region, like Russian regional troops. Or they're not very good, but it just kind of gives you another effect. Like, we'll look over here, and then if there's ever an area that not included in those major regions, there's just European regional infantry recruits are available. But other than that, whenever you're in a major region, there's these troops that are available, such instead of European, it'll say Russian or French, and they'll kind of have a different uniform. And also with cavalry, there's new cavalry, and so that just kind of allows for more options when you're a small developing nation on troop base. Sometimes with troop limits and stuff, you need more troops, and that improves the ability. And those also serve as garrison units. They have a garrison bonus. That's a cool factor as well. So that's the main thing with Montee Empire. You'll notice when you play in the game, it includes a lot of mods from other sources that I'll show in a little bit that improve the gameplay, like different smoke mods, sound mods. But I'm really not even touching the surface. All of these troops are custom made, and they're really cool. All of them have their own kind of avatar. There's also Conscripts, Untitled Empire, which is a thing I really like because that was a real thing. Instead of everything being Fusilier, the line, there's now Conscripts that are in larger numbers but not as strong. And Militia is also improved and is also kind of custom for each region you choose. Now this is just in a custom battle setup. This will kind of show you all the available troops for different nations. This right here just shows you how many all these nations are playable throughout the game. You can just see the options: Westphalia, Spain, Saxony. They all have their custom names for their regions, so that's another thing I like. Sometimes it's kind of hard to understand first, but you'll recognize what countries are what eventually in the game. But that's all the countries that are available throughout the different campaigns. So as you can just see through Austria, there's more troops available, custom troops as well. United Kingdom, there's a lot more options. Republic of France, it's kind of a cool option. But now here's with the French Empire. As you can see right here, there's like an insane amount of troop options. So sometimes it's kind of hard to navigate. It's definitely manageable, so you don't have to worry about it. It's not like impossible. There's nothing preventing you from doing it. But sometimes it is kind of, you choose one and it just pops over like that, but you'll definitely get a hang of it. There's more cavalry options as well, more artillery. Like heavy mortars is a really cool thing. It's just a totally new unit where it's a stationary unit throughout the whole battle that just can shell units, and that can play an important role if you're, especially if you're like defending a fort or something like that, or attacking a fort. And now finally, here's a list of all the playable nations, everything from the French Empire to Tuscany and the Italian campaigns. You can take a look at that. Pause if you need to take a look. There's also a couple cool features, such as improved AI units, over 160 possible units, and realistic names to generals. And finally, here's some team credits, especially Lutland. He's the main creator of the mod. I have no affiliation with this mod. I'm just simply showcasing it for you, so take a look at that. And that's it for Mr. X Irish, showing you Montee de la Empire mod. I hope you check it out and download it. It'll really improve your Napoleon Total War experience. So other than that, thanks for watching the video, and I hope you try Montee de la Empire 3.